classify polynomial according to the degree. If it's only a number like 3, so the degree it will be 0 and the name is constant. If it's first degree, it will be linear. Third degree, cubic. Second degree, quadratic. Fourth, quartic. Fifth, quantic. Okay, so this is how we can classify polynomials according to its degree. Any question? We have to memorize the names and classification again and again and again. This part, it will be in our term exam. So please take care to memorize.
Yes.
That. Now we will draw the numbers with variable are the same, variable and degree. So I have 4x y to the power of 3. Do we have another number with xy to the power of 3? We have? Huh? Yes.
Yes.
This one. And we will use it with the negative sign before it. Negative x y to the power of 3. And then we will close the parentheses. Now we have 7z. Do you have another z?
Yes.
5z.
Plus 5z. Okay. After that, we have negative x squared plus 2x squared. Then we can note now that each parentheses, it has one variable like xy to the power of 3, xy to the power of 3, z, x squared, x squared. Now we will start to simplify. Once you will simplify, then you will drop the variable the same, x, y to the power of 3. I will not touch the power or the exponent. But we have 4. The coefficient here before this one is how many? Is 1. Then it will be
1.
4 minus 1. It will be 3xy to the power of 3. Then we will move to the next part. I have 7 and I have 5. Then it will be 7 plus 5. It will be equal 12z. Don't touch the variable. Negative x means negative 1. Plus
1.
2, it will be equal 1. Then x to the power of 2. Now, if you will check the variable, do you have any like term? Do you have any like term here?
No.
No. Then we will stop till this point. Okay? Then to simplify or to add a like term, we have two different ways. You can separate them in different parentheses and you will separate between the parentheses by the sign plus, or the second method, you can rearrange them vertically. How you will rearrange them vertically? You will put the first expression, which is 4x y to the power of 3 plus 7z minus x squared. Then you will rearrange the second expression according to the first, which means negative x to the power of xy to the power of 3. I will come and put it under it. Xy to the power of 3. And then the second, it will be plus 5z. And then plus 2x to the power of 2. So this is the second method to simplify, to put them in columns. Now you will start to add. In this one, I have negative x means negative 1. Then 4 minus 1, it will be how many, grade 8? It will be 3,
3.
and you will drop down the variable. Don't touch the variable with adding and subtracting. So it will be 3y to the power of 3. Next, 7 plus 5, it will be equal 12, and then only drop down the variable, it will be z. Then negative 1, here I have negative 1 plus 2, it will be equal 1, and I will drop down the variable x to the power of 2. Then it's up to you to work horizontally or vertically. You will try to work with both two methods. Which one you prefer, it's up to you. Then first, if you want to add a like term, then you will rearrange them in a parentheses and separate between them by the sign plus, or you can use the vertical method like this. You will rearrange them in columns and you will drop down only uh, the variable, okay? Which means in this case, you will only drop down the variable. I didn't change anything. Did you see? Z x squared, right? Then you will drop down the variable, but you are going to deal with the coefficient only. This is with adding and subtracting. Understood, grade 8? Any questions so far about this?
No, thank you. Miss, I have a question.
We want to simplify it. X, you know that you have a coefficient before it, x, and the exponent is x. But if you want to write it, we will not write coefficient or exponent. We will write only x. For this reason, we wrote here only x squared. We drop down only the variable. Is this your question?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. One more question, grade 8, or that's enough? Anyone want me to explain one more question? Tell me. Hello? One more question?
No, thank you.
Okay. Let's move to check another question with subtraction. What is the difference between adding and subtraction? With subtraction, to this sheet, it will be for adding, then first number the same. I will not change anything with the first number. Then it will be 2x squared plus 3x plus 15. And then we have here negative 1. Then we want to distribute it over the parentheses, second parentheses. Then negative 1 times negative 1, it will be positive x to the power of 3. Then negative 1 times 7, it will be negative 7x. Now we are going to work the same steps like adding. Do you have any like term in this question, which in front of you now? Do you have any like term? Do you have any like term? Grade 8, do we have?
Yes.
Which is? Which is?
7x and 3x.
Yes, 7x and 3x only. 7x and 3x. This is only the like term which we have it in this question, which means we will drop down the rest the same. And if you want to rearrange them from greatest to least, you are welcome. Then you can put x to the power of 3 without partner. And then we have 2x square. We don't have partner for 2x square. It will be the same. And we have 3x minus 7x. It will be negative 4x. And by the end, we have 15. We don't have like term anymore, then we will stop, and it will be the final answer for the question. Then with subtraction, only we will distribute a sign negative over the second parentheses, which means we will change all the sign for the second parentheses, and then we will start to simplify. One more question, negative m squared. We will drop down the first one the same, negative m to the power of 7 plus 9 m to the power of 3 plus 5m. Anyone can help me for the second part? Second part, what's gonna happen? For the second part, we will change the sign for each one. For each one, like you are playing. Negative becomes
Positive.
positive m to the power of 7, and then positive becomes
Negative. It will be the same as the last one, but we will change the sign.
Exactly. M to the power of 3, and then negative times negative, it will be equal positive 4m. After that, you are free to arrange them horizontally or vertically. Do we have a like term in this question? How many groups do we have in this question?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
How many? I can separate them in how many groups?
2 or 3?
3.
Yeah, 2.
One with 7, m power 7, one with m power 3, and one with m. If you want to arrange them vertically, you are welcome, no problem. Okay, then we can say that I have 3 So I have 3 groups. Like this. Then I have negative m to the power of 7 plus m to the power of 7, 9 m to the power of 3 minus 9m to the power of 3, and then 5m plus 4m. If there anyone can tell me the answer directly, it will be how many here? Plus 4m. The answer will be what here? The answer will be what? Grade 8.
It will be this one.
لا, the final answer for the question. The final answer for the question, it will be how many?
M plus m. M plus m.
The first parenthesis, the answer will be what?
Zero. It will be 0.
The first one, it will be 0, yes. Yeah. What about the second one?
Also will be 0.
Also will be 0. The number with its additive inverse. Amazing. And the
third one?
So it will be 9m.
It will be 9m. Very good. It will be 9m. We will just drop down the variable, don't forget. Right? Then for adding and subtracting, don't touch the variable. Adding and subtracting, don't touch the variable. Then we will just simplify. We will rearrange the variable in parentheses or you can put them vertically and then you will simplify, but you will not touch the variable. You will keep the variable the same. You will keep the exponent the same. Okay? Is this your question, Yareen? And you have a number before a parentheses. Then we will distribute. Then 6 times 2, it will be equal 12. V times V equal V square. 6 times 3, it will be 18. And then you will keep V the same. Okay, next question. How we can solve this question?
Distribute.
Distribute. 7 times negative 5, it will be,
Negative 35.
yes, negative 35. And we will put what? Don't forget, we have
V.
what? V. After that, 7 times negative 8, it will be
Negative 56.
negative 56. Is this a like term? We can
No.
add, we can simplify more? No. Okay, next the question. This one time this one. What we have to do? 2 times negative 2, it will be
Negative
negative
4.
4. And then we have x. X, it will be x what?
Power of 2.
Power of 2.
Power 2.
Very good. 2 times negative 3, it will be negative 6. 6 what?
X.
X, yes. Now this is unlike term, so we have to stop. Next question. Negative 4 times V, it will be negative
4V.
negative 4V. Very good. Negative 4 times 1, it will be
Negative 4.
negative 4, and that's it. Okay. What about if we have two different parentheses? Two different parentheses, we have two different ways. The first way, I'm going to explain it today. Then how we are going to multiply when you have two parentheses. We will separate them like I have 2n plus 2 2n plus 2 times 6n, sorry, 2n plus 2 times 6n plus 6. How we can solve this question, grade 8? We have two different methods, as I told you. We will start today with the normal method, which we will divide the first parentheses into two parts. How? You will write 2n, okay, and then multiply all the next parentheses, which is 6n plus 6. Okay, and after that, plus 2, and then multiply 6n plus 6. Understood? Understood? I divided the first parentheses into two parts. Then I took the first one, 2n, multiply all the second parentheses. And then the second part, 2, multiply all the second parentheses. Now we will start to simplify. How we will simplify? You will multiply 2n times 6n. It will be how many? It will be 12n to the power of 2. Yes. And then plus 2n times 6, it will be 12n plus 6 times 2, it will be 12n plus how many? 12. Okay, then do we have any like term in this question?
Yes.
Yes, which is?
12n.
Yes, 12n and 12n, this one. Then we have to simplify the question. Then it will be 12 n to the power of 2, and 12 plus 12 equal how many? Equal
24.
24n, and we add, so don't touch the variable, plus 12, right? Then, which means in case if we will multiply, so we have to add the exponents together. When you add, don't touch the variable or the exponent. Then once you have one term before the parentheses, you will multiply, distribute it over it. When you have two parentheses, you will separate. We have another way, it's called special case. This is what we are going to explain it tomorrow. But today we have this method. You will only separate the first one into two parts, and then every part you will multiply by whole the second parentheses. And you can make the opposite, no problem. It will give you the same. Like what? You can put 6n times 2n plus 2 and 6 times 2n plus 2. It will give us the same answer. Understood? Then add and subtract, don't touch the exponent. Multiply, you will add the exponent. What about if you have 15x to the power of 5 over 5x to the power of 2? Is there anyone can know what is the answer for this question? 15x power 5 over 5x to the power of 2. In division, what we have to do with the exponents?
Subtract.
Subtract, yes. Then 15 divided by 5, it will be how many? It will be
3x power 3.
3x power 3. Very good. 3x power of 3. جميل. Okay, if I have 5x to the power of 2 plus 5 divide by 5. So what we have to do? We will divide each part. So the answer, it will be 5x to the power of 2 divide 5. It will be x power 2. And 5 divide 5, it will be equal 1. Which means we will divide the expression into two parts. Then we made 5x squared divide 5 equal x squared. 5 divide 5 equal 1. Then today we revised together grade 8